Alright, let's see here. Like we're live. Alright. Greetings, Valis. This is Interrogator Dos Arribas at the same Lady Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and welcome to Looking Cute and Painting Minis. I'm coming at you live from the grim dark future, currently broadcasted from the high world of Virago. The theme music for the stream is Course of Lament and Hope by the venerable liturgist Adam Bell. We also have music from Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, which is composed by Guillaume David and the copyright of Bulwark Studios. Music for Warhammer 40k Darktide, which is composed by Jesper Kyd and the copyright of Fat Shark Games, and music from Path to Nowhere, composed by various artists and the copyright of Eisno Games. All of the music is provided to us by filmmusic.io. And as you can see, today we're continuing to paint the Kelermorph. So far, we've come quite a long way with this guy. We still have a little bit more way to go. I would say we're about at the 60% mark. We gotta start doing some more edge highlighting and whatnot on him, and definitely give some more definition to the values here on the cape, as well as rework some parts of the cape, because I just realized that some of these parts back here should be red, not black. Alright, let's see. Anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Is anybody there? Oh, we got two already. Greetings, varlets. Alright, so let's go ahead and maybe get started with that red I was talking about. Alright. So, for the red, we'll be using the Galvoback red. And we don't have to go too delicate with this application, because like I said, we got plenty of space here. So we'll probably be using, maybe not this brush. This brush needs some loving, but definitely something a little bigger than our usual brush. So we'll probably go with size 3 grabby. And I gotta wet the brush a little bit. I was just using these brushes yesterday in order to work on my Aetheric Navigator proxy. Yeah, okay, now it's a little bit more bendy. For this, they need a little bit more shaking. Alright, there we go. So we're gonna try not to hit any of that blade we've already worked on. But we're gonna start painting up this red here. And Viza saying hello. How you doing, Viza? Doing good? How's your week been? Alright, Visa said, alright, commercial over. Neat hairstyle. Oh, thank you, thank you. It's brand new. I started sporting it last week. Glad you like it. Yeah, right now we're just, I realized last week that we have this sort of part here of the cape flapping over, and I realized, oh, this needs to be red. So that's what we're doing now. We're kind of adding the red on it. How you been? What you been up to? You had fun last week? I know you had to leave us early. Did you go do your, is it D&D that you do with your friends? Might have said, oh yeah, the other side. Yep, exactly. And been well, just working on projects. Oh, what kind of projects? Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, welcome back. You said earlier, occasionally when the kids cooperate. Last week was mostly arcane. Oh, what'd you think of it? I saw all of it this week. As soon as Saturday hit. And Biza said, yup, and it's pretty intense. I am enjoying it a great deal, and it's one of the most visually stunning shows around. Have you finished it? Like, how far along are you? I don't want to spoil anything. Biza said, it does amuse me that some of the other VTubers I watch have started a league kick thanks to it. And no, not yet. Ah. Well, how far along are you? And, okay, it does amuse me that some. Which other VTubers? I've never actually played League, so I don't know. And we got Eddard Stark. Hey, Eddard, how's it going? Long time no see, how you been? And Eddard said, why are they giving me commercials for toothbrushes of all things? What a weird thing to advertise. I mean, people need toothbrushes somewhere. I think I'm gonna kick that a little too hard. Why is it so busy? It's great to finally be calm enough to catch a stream live again. Oh, wait, and I missed something by Visa. Visa said, and Narissa, Gigi, Cecilia, and Elizabeth from Hololive did a big online collab for it. Ah, okay. Have you ever played League? Is that like a game that you've enjoyed? But I'm glad you're not as busy there, Eddard. What you been up to? Everything okay? And Edward said, I was wondering if somehow they cross the streams on painting brushes equals toothbrush, obviously. I mean, it is possible. Visa said, not in the slightest, heh. When it was big, my internet was terrible, and now that my internet is passable, I hear only of how toxic Leak is. Yeah, I've never really gotten into any MOBAs. Really, the only MOBA I ever got into was Smite, and it was really because of the idea of playing all these folkloric gods, and I really liked that. I would only play, at least I would give myself that way, just because I'm a bit of a history and mythology nerd. I'm not gonna say buff, I'm just a nerd. But I would only play the Roman gods and the Mayan gods, just because of my ancestry being part from Spain was part of the Roman Empire, and then of course you got Latin America with the Mayans, so I would force myself to only play those. Edward said, yeah, thanks. Had a conference that needed a fair bit of prep work. Then went to that conference, but finally done with that and back to normal grading grind. Okay. Did you have fun at the conference? What kind of conference was it? Was it like a work one, or was it like a fun sort of hobby one, or a nerdy one, or some kind of movie one, or something? And Edward said, and I think I saw Visa mention this, but agreed, the new hairstyle looks good. Oh, I'm glad you like it. But yeah, I think we're done with a Galvorback Red. I'm sorry, I didn't mention what paint I was using. I'm using Galvorback Red. And again, just your track in there, Edward. I noticed that some of these parts here are the underside of the cloak. So I'm actually getting in there and fixing that, because I originally had it all painted black. So we just used Galvorback Red, and now I'm going to use Ward Bearer's Red to give it a little bit more definition. We're going to stay with size 3 gravity, but again, as per usual, we're going to be covering less areas. So we'll be using primarily this area, or at least painting on this area, sorry. And the sort of more outer edges of the cloak. And Edward said work, sadly, would have been so much cooler if it was a hobby one. But it was overall really good, even as a work thing. Oh, I'm glad you had a good time. Was it out of town, or was it near home for you? You get to stay at a hotel or something? Make sure that I'm on screen. Hey, here we go. Wish me luck. Start said more or less swapped coasts, so it was a bit of a travel. The hotel was fine, but very tall. I'm not the biggest fan of heights. We were on the 18th floor, and a lot of elevators wanted us to know that. Sort of full glass to the outside. Oof, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That was a bit rough. And we're already seeing some nice little definition there. Make sure there's some of that paint here on this little flap. Edward Stark said, as an introvert, it feels like a weird thing to say, but the interactions with people were definitely the best part. Oh, that's so nice. It was probably because of the company, probably? And by that I mean the people themselves. You probably were dealing with some really nice people. Happy you had a good time. Alright, now all that's left is to edge highlight, and we'll be done with the red. So for the edge highlight, we'll be using the Wazdaka red. And I realized that I should probably use the Wazdaka red a little bit more, but I might wait for it, for later, because I feel like these holes here on his cloak should be red. So I'll probably be using the Wazdaka red for those parts. But I kind of want to do a little bit more coating on the cloak itself before I start doing that. I feel like I want to give it still more definition. I feel like it's still not quite there yet. Then Edward Stark said, yep. For a conference of that size, couple hundred, there was only one person I super didn't get along with. Very nice ratio. I'm so happy to hear that. It's good when you go to a place and you have a good time like that, especially somewhere you don't want to be. I mean, I figured you don't want to be there because it's more of a work thing. No one really wants to do a work thing. Alright, so for the edge highlighting, I'll be using size 000 Gravity. And like I said, we'll be using Wazdaka red. Yeah, it's because it was Daka. Now it's not Daka. So it ceased to be Daka. Probably because it's now covered in blood and inside his body, so it's no longer Daka. It's now just bullets, I guess. I'm glad you like that. So anybody excited for the new Krieg models? Editor Stark said, don't think I've seen them yet, but I'll pull up a tab to check them out. You can wait a little bit, I'll post them up once I'm done with this edge highlight, so that everybody else can see, but they look pretty neat. Editor said, sure, okay. Thank you for waiting. Okay, I'm gonna have to take him off the base just so I can get at a better angle here. Ah, looks like it's dried up. And there we go. Cloak all fixed, as far as the red parts anyway. Edward, I don't know if you saw from last week, but do you know the idea behind the color scheme of this commission? By the way, I'm doing commissions. And if any of you wallets out there would like a commission from me, please hit me up on Instagram. The idea of this model, or at least the idea that the commissioner is trying to go for with these Genestealers, is he noticed some analogous ideas between Genestealers and vampires, and he wanted to sort of embody that in their design. So he wanted to make them at least paler looking with the skin, hence why his skin is looking like that. And he wanted to add some blacks and reds onto it to include the armor. Because I don't know if you know, but the Genestealers, the way that they spread their virus is through sex. So there's like they'll entice the opposite sex, they'll get together, or even I think even the same sex. I think just sex is involved. And then I guess through saliva or other bodily fluids, you know, spread the virus, and now you're part of the hive mind. And then you're propagating the virus further and further along, starting with just normal people, that eventually down the line, as these people procreate and whatnot, they become more and more Tyranid looking. Alright, so let's go ahead and look up the new, what's it called? The new Krieg, yeah. Okay, so we want the Warhammer community. Okay, yeah, here we go. Let me go ahead and pop this up. Yeah, hold on, I haven't put it up yet. So, there is the... There you go. I think it's this one. Yep, there it is. So, let me go ahead and move things around a little bit. There we go. And, Edward said, Vice is just so ready for the model goodness. Oh, take it easy there, Edward. So, yeah, there they are. Let me see if I can scroll down. Look at this guy. Doesn't he look so badass? Let me fix the window here a little bit. There we go. We can move it up a bit. The horse is not mechanical at all. They just have a gas mask on. They're definitely genetically engineered, though. Because look at his feet. Those are definitely not regular horse hooves. Why as it says, yeah, those talons instead of hooves. Yep, exactly. Those are very much Krieg horses. Oh, there's a little mechanical in there. Probably just some bio, well, just, you know, what's it called? Augmentation, there you go. Mechanical augmentation. Edward says, okay, I couldn't tell from some of the lines. And oh yeah, almost more Frankenstein than the more I look. Exactly. Look at that power saber he's got. Isn't that so cool? He's got a last pistol instead of a bolt pistol. Oh, he's got, is that, all of them have their feet up? Oh no, there's a version with his feet up. With his front hooves up? Yeah, that's pretty cool. And they are the new Krieg soldiers. Here we got a little drone. And you got the mortars. And a new book. I guess this is their codex. Yep, Ashramadatam Codex. And look at that commissar. That commissar is so badass. Edward Stark said, very cool, thanks. Hey, you're welcome. It's fun to share this stuff. Edo Stark said, dang. Yeah, I know, right? So badass. And Biden said, wait for heresy. Yeah, for any heresy. Not their own heresy, obviously. I don't know if you know much about, like, as far as Krieg commissars, but Krieg commissars are actually there to get them from killing themselves. It's like, no, don't do something stupid and kill yourself. We can still win this. Then there we go. There we have it. The latest and greatest as far as the Krieg. Alright, now that we are done fixing up that those bits of the model, sure I clean up the brush a bit. No, I already did that. Cool. And one thing, because I keep in contact with the commissioner of the model. Like I said, if you like a commission from me, you can hit me up on Instagram. But you can also, due to the fact that I stream my commissions live, you can see me work on it. And if you have any critiques, you can, just hit me up. So one critique that the commissioner has is that the white parts of the armor are a little too white. He wants them to look a little bit more grungy. So we're going to be smearing it a little bit with some washes in order to get rid of that very bright white. According to him. I don't think it's very bright, but hey, the customer is always right. So we're going to be adding some Seraphim Sepia. Edo Stark said, that's a really cool system you set up. Thank you, thank you. So we're gonna go back to the size 3 grabby. Because again, we're gonna be smearing it, so we don't need too much control. And I think it's already looking properly grungy. Now we're gonna get the trim here. As I said, has more of the look of a death/burial shroud, yeah. I'm glad you're liking it. Alright, Alright, so I think he's looking, like I said, more grungy now. Let's get some more in here, because I feel like this is still a little too bright. And hopefully this should be enough. I'll coat it a little bit more, just to be on the safe side. Hopefully that is a little bit more pleasing to him. So we can finally move on. I feel like it's properly grungy now, almost got a yellowish feel. Oh, I missed one there from Edward, so he said, grunge vamp. Yeah, grunge vamp. Again, you're thinking that these guys are supposed to be, sort of minors. So, obviously, he would have, some grime on him. And then ZA Rose S7 says, hi! Hello, ZA Rose! Welcome to Looking Cute and Painting Minis. I am Rosario Rivas, and we're currently painting this Warhammer 40k Kelermorph from the Genestealers. How'd you come by our stream? Do you like Warhammer, or do you like mini painting, or are you just curious? Edder says he's a miner? Oh, very well armed though. I guess that's true of most folks in that universe. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, 7A Rose, what we do here is pretty much just paint minis together if possible, or just enjoy each other's company and chat about nerdy things while listening to some calming vibes. Edda Stark says, and welcome, welcome. Yes, welcome, 7A Rose. Okay, so we are done with that part. Let's go ahead and let's start working some more on that cape, like I mentioned. So we're gonna take... Where is it? Where's that Eshin Gray? Spoilers. Fortunately, due to the painting I did yesterday, my paints are a little out of order. Oh, wait, here we go. Ashen Gray. So we're gonna do some more painting of Ashen Gray on the cape. I kind of want to do another coat of Corvus Black, though. I gotta find that first. Is that Corvus? Yes, it is. D9? Okay, so yeah, we got Corvus Black. And we'll continue to use size 3 gravity. So the same thing we just did with the Wazdaka Red. Actually, not the Wazdaka Red. Which one was it? The one I just used. The Galvorback Red. And 70 Rose says, thanks, new to Twitch and Minis. The art skill is amazing. Thank you, thank you. If you have any questions, I am by no means an expert, but I will try to help with your newfound love of the hobby. Whether it's lore, or whether it's painting tips, or anything that you'd like to know as far as the models themselves, or proxies. I'm kind of in the know with a lot of like proxy creators, so by all means, feel free to ask me anything. So yeah, we're going to be using Corvus Black and start covering some of the more, I guess, visible parts of the cloak. Like so. And then Matthew Riceseeker, hello, how's it going? Matthew Riceseeker says, howdy, what are your thoughts on Trench Crusade? It looks awesome. It absolutely looks awesome. I would love to play it. I love the fact that it's actually made by the guy who made Mordheim. So I'm pretty stoked, honestly. By you, what do you think of it? Avisa says, I keep seeing stuff about that one too. I was interested but had no friends I thought I could play it with. Oh, really? So you do have people that you know would like to play it? I know for sure I have some people that would like to play it with. But it'd probably be a while before I actually get to play it, because unfortunately most of their files are STL files, and I still do not have a, what's it called? A 3D printer. One day though, one day. Well, it says, perfectly timed pause there. Oh, really? Matthew Weissy says, I am loving it. Even if I never end up playing, I feel like all my obsolete models now have a home. Currently stripping out some Airdian skirmishers from War Machine for use as iron-salted Azebs. Ooh, nice. feel like now we're getting a lot more definition on the model as far as the black. And I think from here, we're now going to go into the Edge and Gray and do some edge highlighting with the Edge and Gray. So let's clean up the brush here and get something a little lighter. Lighter. I don't know why I laugh at myself sometimes. But yeah, Matthew, is there any particular, I guess, warband that you like to play as? I mean, you just mentioned the Iron Sultan, Sultanate Azeb. If those are the ones you really want to play? I think for now, I'm thinking either... what is it? The cultists for the demons, or for sure the ones that are like the trench pilgrims. Those guys, yeah, those I really want to play. So like the cultist aesthetic, where it still looks like it's, you know, regular soldiers, but there's like demonic carvings on them. Oh hey, we got a raid. Hey Spark, thank you for the raid, and everybody welcome to Looking Cute and Painting Minis. I am Rosario Rivas, at to say to Milady Inquisitor Markham of the Old Hereticus, and yeah, we're currently painting this Kelermorph, yeah, from the Genestealers. Caught me a little flustered here. Sorry about that. Jim Mercury, first time chatter, says hello. Hi. Thank you, Spark. Really appreciate the raid. I was talking about Trench Crusade with Matthew. Matthew said, I haven't played a game yet, but I got super stoked, should I say, to play the Knights of Avarice sub-faction from Heretic Legion after I printed some of the Saint Decent's Cauldron Knights. Saint Decent makes amazing models. I would love to print her stuff out at some point. And I have Eddard saying hello to everybody with my little emoticons. And I got Wrath Corinne BT saying looking good. Thank you. And then Spark says, be right back, gotta eat. Well, buen provecho. Alright, so we just finished adding this red part to the model, and now we're giving some value to the cloak itself. And now I'm going to start doing some edge highlighting on the little folds and parts of the cloak. So let's go ahead and get on that. For that part, I will be using... where is that brush? Yeah, I will be using this size 00 Grabby. And the paint I'll be using is Ashen Gray. But yeah, for those who are new to the stream, like I said, my name is Rosario Rivas, and yeah, I paint miniatures while listening to some chill music, and also just nerding out about Warhammer. So if you have any questions as far as tips or tricks or my opinions on whatever Warhammer latest going on, I am all ears and I'm willing to have a chat. So yeah, just please feel free. Hey, thank you for using the bits. Been there, Chip Mercury. Tim Mercury says, I gotta hop off, but nice to meet you. See you around. Hey, nice to meet you too. Thank you for coming. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Have a good night. Thank you, thank you. And as you can see, this edge high is already making a hell of a difference. We're really catching that light now. And let's get a look at the front. We still have the edge highlight this part of the cloak here. Eric Stark says, it's always amazes me, wait, let me rephrase that. It's always amazing to me how little changes and details like that make such a difference in how it appears. I know, right? That's why I feel like it's important to take your time and enjoy the process. Really get in there, and if you can, get those little details. You're gonna love your model way more the more detail you actually try to put in there. And you'll love every second of it, because as you see the model get better, the more you get to enjoy it. And that way, when you look at it finally, you're so proud of it that you can't wait to show it to everybody else. Edo says, I wouldn't have thought to do edge highlights on the cape at all, but damn, it makes it look so much more natural. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, now we're seeing like the light is hitting it. Look at that. Look at those little like light pockets on the trim. And those folds. I mean, like, it just makes it so much, I guess, pretty to look at. Look at it. Make sure to get a little bit more in there. By the way, for all those newcomers, I also do take commissions. And if you do commission me for a minute, you just like you're saying now, you will get to see me painted live. So if you like a commission, then hit me up on Instagram at RosairoDivasArt. And 7A Rose said, very nice. Thank you. And we are done with that. Love how he looks. And now we gotta get some more of the rest of him. Since we just did the cloak, might as well do the arms too. As you can see, his arms are black, so we'll probably be using the same techniques we just used on the arms. On the cloak on his arms. So we're going right back to Corvus Black. And let's go with a size 0 grabby. And I'll just pose a question out there for any of you listening. If you've already answered this question, then if you want to answer it again, by all means, but don't feel obligated to. What got you into Warhammer? Or what got you into MIDI painting in general? If that's your thing, or if you're more into the lore, or the gaming itself, or video games themselves. Like, what got you into it? For me, it was seeing a catalog for Warhammer miniatures way back when I was just a little Rosario. I saw the Space Marines, especially the Space Wolves, and I was like, whoa, what is that? That is so cool. Just had to know more. This thing needs more water. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna get to the arms now. Edward Stark says, friends got me into minis. They kept buying / playing games that used them, and I got the bug. I think I also wanted some more personal stuff for when I played Dungeons and Dragons. I'm learning about Warhammer, but the Total War franchise is definitely part of it, and friends who kept talking about the lore. Ooh, so, what's your, favorite faction in the Total War game? And what class do you play on Dungeons and Dragons? Oh, and if you look at my little message there from Steering Bot, if you like what I do, would like to donate, then please feel free to hit up my Ko-Fi. And it's also a Designer Eva's art. feel like this brush is a little too stiff. Hoping that maybe I can clean off some of the extra paint on it. I feel like I might have left paint on it too long, so it's kind of stuck on there. And they got Stratus 00. Ahoy, Rosario. It's Stratus. Finally made it. Hello. Hey, welcome. Stratus is an artist on Instagram. You can definitely find him at Stratus00. And he's also a Warhammer fan. He's just started painting his first miniatures. And they look great. Eder says, I tend to play rogue or bard in D&D. I enjoy having lots of skills to work with in non-combat situations. And oof, does whichever faction I'm playing at the time count as my favorite? I guess it does. But which one have you had more success with then? And yeah, I remember always liking to play bards. I mean, not bards, but rogues. That was used to be my thing way back when. But lately, I like warlocks. I like the idea of, being able to shoot Eldritch Blast as much as I want. And the one they can come up with whatever weapon he or she needs in whatever situation they desire is pretty cool. And then Stratus says, thank you for the shout out, for real, you're welcome. Alright, so I think maybe I've softened up the bristles on this brush. You can see it's got a little bit of orange there, so I think that orange was caked on a bit. So I have to clean it up a bit, but I think we should be good to go. Yeah, it looks like it's working a little bit better. Editor says I do pretty well with dwarves because I think I tend to turtle, and warlocks are really fun too. I know, right? I like dwarves too. My current the warband I'm working on for Age of Sigmar are all dwarves. Caradron Overlords. And then Matthew Riceseeker says, do you watch any VTubers other than Halbernut? Yes, I watch Zombie Pandemic Gaming. She mostly does shooters or Final Fantasy, 14? The MMO. She also, now I'm forgetting what I just said. Yeah, the other one I watch is Vark, Vark Noel. She is all in Spanish, but she likes to read stories. And she's definitely a big Lord of the Rings fan. She's a little goblin person, so seeing her streams are a lot of fun. Oh, and she's also an artist, so she's really good. And then, of course, there's Aurelia Tempest. I watch Aurelia Tempest. She is a very prolific Warhammer VTuber. So yeah, having added that Corvus black on there, and you already can see some definition on the arms. I think it's looking really good too. Make sure that I can get some on the back here. And then Matthew Weisseeker says, I asked because Banzoin Haka and other Holostars EN played Vermintide yesterday. Ooh. I love Vermintide. My favorite character in Vermintide is Barden. Like I said, I love dwarves. Swamper King saying hello, hello. Hi, Swamper King. How's it going? Going good? How you been? What you been up to? How was your week? All right, so we have some more definition on the arms. And we're going to add some more definition to his boots too. As you can see, his boots are also black. So we're going to go ahead and put some Corvus black on there too. And actually, I just realized I need to put some Corvus black on his mask here. Let's go ahead and do that. Much better already. Soper King says, it's going good. Just been hanging out with friends. I got a couple of friends to try Vermintide too, and they loved it. Nice! Who'd they play? Who did you play? And Viza said, Vermintide 2 was an absolute blast. For sure. How many of you guys played the first one? I definitely played the first one. I like Barden in that one too. I actually didn't start playing any of the other classes until like part 2. And just adding that Corvus Black, look at yeah, I guess the model really popping out. Okay, Matthew White says, I gotta go. Have a good one, y'all. Hey, you take care, Matthew. It's nice seeing you. Eder says, the order of those just has me imagining Swamper King as one of the Hollow Stars. Maybe he is. And then Eder Stark says, have a good one, Matthew. Yeah, for sure. Swamper King says, I don't know all the characters' names. I play the mercenary one. Played the dwarves, another the elf, and one plays the zealot. Yes, so we're talking Kruger, we're talking Barden, we're talking Corellia, and of course we're talking about... Why am I drawing a blank on his name? Soul Spire, there we go. And Hollow Star is a VTuber. Just to answer Swamper King's question. It's primarily a VTuber from a certain brand. Wises' whole stars are the male VTubers from the company Covered. Yeah, already we see a lot more definition on those boots, and they're a lot more visible now, just having added that Corvus Black, I mean. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean up the brush, and we will start edge highlighting all this black we've done. Battlestar says, yeah, sorry, apparently one of them just got some folks together to play Vermintide 2, and you popped in with just got some friends into Vermintide 2. The timing was just impeccable. Have we seen Swamper King and a Hollow Star in the same room? I don't know. So we're closing up shop with Corvus Black, and we're moving back to the Ashen Gray to get that edge highlighting in there. And for that, it's a lot of ground we gotta cover. Let's get that size 00 grabby. Somber King says, I'm definitely not a VTuber. We thought about it, but I don't have the money for a model. I need it for Warhammer. I feel you there. I paid $0 for this model. I had to use Vroid for it, and then I customized it with my own knowledge on texturing and 3D modeling. But Vroid actually has plenty of good options for starting VTubers. So consider that, I guess, if you ever decide to go full VTubing. Editor Stark says, yeah, that tracks. Now, what if he's talking about me or just talking about Swampert? Well, Editor Stark says, yes. Hopefully that's a good thing. Swampert King says, how much is left to do on the model? Okay, so we have all the edge highlighting on the black parts of the arms and the legs. We have to edge highlight the guns. We still have to add washes and edge highlight the bronze tips on the guns. We still have to do some edge highlighting on the head. And we still gotta do some more detail work on the blade on his back. And we gotta start adding more detail to the brown on his holsters and whatnot. And then, of course, there's still the base to cover. And all the metal bits. So yeah, I would say we still got quite a bit left to do. And then, of course, I plan to do his eyes, so that's that part, and also the little headlamp it will have a light on. So yes, still plenty to go. Lots of little details here and there. 78 Rose says, what is your favorite thing about painting minis? Funnily enough, it's what I'm doing right now. At least my favorite thing to do when painting minis is edge highlighting. Once you start edge highlighting and you see all those details pop, oh, it's so beautiful. But just in general, as far as painting minis, what I love about it is making the minis my own. It's like making my own war bands, my own armies, and all that stuff with my own little color scheme. And each guy is mine in my own little creative way. It's just so much fun seeing it all come together. That Stratus00 says, amen to that. I know, thank you. Glad somebody else agrees. By the way, this is my absolute favorite song on my playlist. Beetlejuice or Beetlegeist. I love it when the organ hits. Look at that. Look at that leg. How shiny it is. Stark says, favorite song kicked in while talking about favorite mini painting scheme. Perfection. I know, right? Okay, went a little too overboard with the paint there. Trying to clean it off a little bit. Sober King says, can you really call them your minis so you don't add a bit of your own touch to them? Exactly. Stark says 100% agreed. Hey, glad you think so. Yeah, 70 rules. Is there any RBs that you want to paint yourself? Doesn't even have to be army. It's just any kind of, I guess, model you would want to paint. Anybody got any dream projects? And Vice says, a Chaos Warhound Titan. I gotta do it like Squidmar. Squidmar, in case you don't know, is one of those YouTubers that does painting minis. I definitely recommend them. They are so much fun. They did this whole series of painting a diorama with 2 Warlord Titans. Voice says, wow, 2 warlords would be intense. Yeah, it was. And the way they got there is actually pretty crazy. So I would definitely recommend you check them out. Squidmar. Like instead of Sigmar, it's with a squid. So Squigmar. Sorry, Squidmar. I said squid there for a second. They are not an orc channel. They do paint orcs, but that's neither here nor there. And Eder says, I just looked that up. How freaking big is that thing? It's massive, okay? It's absolutely massive. I think it goes up until the length of your... maybe up to your thigh. And then Swapper King says, the lion. I have it built and primed, but want to wait until I feel like my skills are good enough to paint him. Ooh, a Primarch. I do want to paint a Primarch at one point. I still would really like to paint a Jagged Icon. And I still remember a donor who wanted me to paint one, and I hope that I can paint him soon, at some point soon. And then 8 Ruse asked, how do you choose? Well, yeah, it was Mini Death Knight. That was the one who wanted me to paint Khan. I also still want to keep my promise and paint that at some point. And Sony Rose says, how do you choose your color palettes for each mini? That really depends on what I want to paint. For this guy, this is a commission, so I didn't make the color scheme for him. But for my other models, like for instance, my Caradron Overlords, I really want to paint them as sort of the base color. They get a lot of purples and coppers and stuff like that. But I wanted to add pirates into the mix, so I was like, oh, how can I make pirate dwarves still sporting a little bit as purple and brass colors, but still give them their own flair. And I gave him these white and blue striped pants because I think adding striped pants to pirates is actually pretty neat and fun to see. As far as like I made my conquistadors, again, I thought of the idea of what I want for the army, and the color scheme kind of came quickly with it. So if you have an idea for an army and you wanted to make it your own, think about the stuff that you want them to represent. And I feel like then the colors kind of come quickly to your mind. Edistark says, at my current painting speed, that would probably take the rest of my life. Yeah, like I said, it's massive. Strata says, that's the fun part. You don't, lol. Yeah, exactly. The idea chooses the color. Alright, so I think we're done with these boots. They already look nicely edge highlighted. Maybe I could add a little bit more edge highlighting here onto these straps. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Like another way you can get into ideas for your miniatures is like reading up on the lore a little bit. Find any armies or factions that you really like and check out what their color schemes look like. You might feel the need to paint characters that you like from the lore. factions you like from the lore. Like, I really like, as far as Space Marines, I really like the White Scars. Specifically because of Jagged Icon, that Prime Marker mentioned earlier. So I really want to paint my own, what's it called? My own White Scar model at some point. And I've already discussed here a few times what I want to do, but I want to have a White Scar riding this sort of fast-moving beast while using a sniper rifle. So I can't wait to get that started. I already have the heads that I want for the model, and I have the rifles, thanks to a follower of mine, a varlet, if you will. All I need now is the body with the monster, and I really want to get my hands on the Vanguard Pallador for those, so I can have these really epic striding pose with the sniper rifle. Hopefully I can get the sniper rifle pointing forward like he's shooting while riding at the same time, kind of keeping the whole Mongolian idea that they actually shoot and move at the same time. And that's one thing the Mongolians are really well known for, was being able to shoot arrows on horseback while moving. It's not like they were stopped. They would move and charge forward with their bows, and they were deadly. So I think that you kind of lose a little bit of that flair with just guys on motorcycles. So I wanted to convey that with a man riding a beast. Or in this case, a White Scar riding a beast. Eda Stark says, that sounds so cool. I know, right? Can't wait to get my hands on the rest of the parts that I need and get started on them. So, I think, like I said, we are done with that. So let's move on from the black. Swamper King says, hopefully your local store resupplies the models you need. Oh yeah, and it was Swamper King who gave me those sniper rifles. So again, thank you Swampert for those sniper rifles. Hopefully I'll get that Vanguard Pallador soon and I can get started on that guy. The more I think about it, the more excited I am that I will get to paint him. I just really want that Vanguard Pallador. I know they have other beasts, Stormcast Eternals riding, but the Vanguard Pallador has that really fun running motion to the beast that is like, it'll look epic if I get a sniper rifle on it. But yeah, now we're moving on to the medals. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on the medals here. Actually, no, hold on. I forgot that I need to edge highlight more of the arms. So I got a little bit too excited there to move on. And I forgot the arms. So we'll go ahead and edge highlight the arms some more. Now that we've already edge highlighted the boots. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So we will need the Ashen Gray again. Sulper Cake said, you're welcome. Thank you. I really need to remove this song from my playlist. It's always so low. Sober King says, by the way, has anyone seen the new DevCore models they're going to put out? I'm excited to grab them. My kill team would be so lonely now. Won't be so lonely now. Oh, nice. Yeah, we were actually looking at them earlier today. So near the beginning of the stream, we actually looked through the new models. They look amazing. Hey, look at that. Look at just that detail. Woo! Okay, so I think we're done with that arm. Let's go ahead and move to the other one. Oh, by the way, anybody watching Dandadan? I just started watching the first episode today. Looks like a lot of fun. By the way, I'm also an anime nerd, so, I mean, I feel like you can't be a VTuber and not be an anime nerd. Dan. That's what it's called. Dan. But I think it's pronounced Dan. Sober King says, I've seen clips, it's on my watch list. Well, so far, I enjoyed the first episode. Oh, and I recently watched all of Blue Eye Samurai. If anybody's not seen that, I definitely recommend it. Really cool. Okay, I think we're done with that arm. So what we have left is this outstretched arm right here. And it will be done with the arms. Okay, and I think we're done with the arms. Let me go ahead and give it another once over, just to be on the safe side. I feel like this area doesn't pop as much as I would like it to. There we go, I think it's popping a little bit more now. Seven Eight Rose says, wow, it looks so good. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I really hope the client is happy with the model. So yeah, let's do some edge highlighting on the gun, shall we? But first, I almost forgot. Let's go ahead and put some washes on the bronze parts of the of the model, like the tip of that pistol, I guess, that part of the body of the pistol, and of course his little emblem right there. We're going to be using Reichland Flesh Shade. And because it's a wash, we do not need anything too thin for this one. Where's my size 3? Here we go, size 3 grabby. Simone Rose asks, is a wash a special type of paint or do you water down the paint? Yeah, it's a special type of paint. It's usually already pretty watered down. I'm not sure what they do with it, but it's got this very sort of watery, filmy consistency. So when you add it to it, it kind of pulls in all the recesses. So it helps the model get some different values, like if it's shading, like the shadows are really deeper with it. So I definitely recommend using shading, especially when you're just starting out. Some of the more pro mini painters forgo shades altogether, and they will layer on the different colors themselves. I actually did that with my most recent model, which was the Space Wolf. If you would like to check it out, go check out my Instagram at Rosario Rivas Art, or you can look at my old videos on YouTube, which is also Rosario Rivas Art. Super King says, do you think there's any Space Marine recruits that have Genestealer DNA in them? That's actually been done in the lore. So there are some Space Marine chapters that had a large amount of infected Space Marines. Now, I can't remember if in the lore they were killed off or if they're still alive, but there are Space Marines with Genestealer virus in them. Now, they are still sort of loyal, but they constantly hear the call of the hive mind, which probably makes them really good Xeno killers. And then somebody Rose says, oh, cool, thanks. Hey, you're welcome, anytime. Like I said, any questions you have, I am here to answer to the best of my ability. Let's go ahead and shake up this Reichland Flesh Shade so we can start using it. And we'll start putting that on all the brass. See what I mean? It's like it pulls in there. Okay, so now we have that wash in there. Make sure I'm not up. Yep, I got some on my finger. Clover King says, I can see it being used both ways. The Imperium could use them to find cults, and the Hive Mind could use them to learn what the Imperium is doing. Either way, the Inquisition is burning them. And like I said, I really wish I knew what book that was in, but I remember hearing about it. So I'm pretty sure you could find it on the lexicanum.com, I think it's called, which is the Warhammer wiki. I wouldn't be surprised if you can find it there, and maybe you can find a book and find out what happens to that Space Marine chapter. And if you do find out, let me know. Alright, so we're done with that. I'll see quick and painless. Now we'll go ahead and get started on edge highlighting the pistols. We're running out of time, so I want to cover as much as I can in the little time we have left. Let's go ahead and grab, where is it? Our 00. Grab you again. And for edge highlighting the silver, we're gonna need, where is it? Ah, yes, here we go. Stormhole Silver. And you can already see what the difference is with the edge highlight between that one pistol on his right arm and the pistol on his left. Look at that. Again, that's why I love edge highlighting. Deny. Seventy Rose says, yeah, that is a huge difference between the two. Doesn't it look beautiful? Yeah, that's why people who don't edge highlight, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? You're not gonna edge highlight. So that's one gun down. At least as far as the silver parts. We got that gun done, and all we need is to do the one in the holster here. And done. Oh wait, hold on. I almost forgot these parts of the grip here. And there we go. Gun's done. Well, again, only the parts with the silver. Now I'm going to edge highlight the brass parts. I guess for those of you who weren't here for last week or so, I already added washes to the metal, which the original metal color that I used was lead belcher. Good old lead belcher. That color has gotten me through a lot of models. And I use none oil for the wash. And now I use Stormhold Silver for the edge highlighting. So now we're going to use... Do I want to use this one? Where is that other one? Yeah, here we go. I'm going to use this one instead. Full Great Copper. Edward Stark says, I love how you always take care of the little details, too. It really is awesome to see that dedication. Thank you, thank you. Again, that's what I love about this hobby. Just seeing everything come together once you start working on those little details. Okay, now with the same thing we did with the Stonewall Silver. can already see the shine on that pistol. And now for the piece of resistance, the emblem. Almost forgot some last bits of the metal. Let's see if I can do that in 3 minutes. We still have his blade, and we still have the chain around the, well, it is the chain that's holding the emblem. So let's get that, Stormhold Silver back up and again. Oh, my favorite classical music piece, Moonlight Sonata. It's made a little bit more grandiose by the people who make Ice No Games. AKA the people who made, what was it, Path to Nowhere. Yeah, there we go. And there we go. Nice and easy. So yeah, this is as far as we're getting today. Like I mentioned, we still got plenty of details left to go. We still have the leather of his holsters. We still have his eyes. We still have the light on the sort of headlamp there on the side. It's all, yeah, we still have a little bit more to go, but we're getting close. We're getting close to the end. Oh, and the base. Can't forget the base. And Estrada says, very nice. Thank you. Thank you. So again, this is a Kelermorph by Warhammer from Warhammer 40k. and he is of the Genestealer faction. And yeah, so this has been Looking Cute and Painting Minis. Again, if you like what you saw and would you like to support, then please feel free to subscribe or do a one-time donation on my Ko-Fi. You could also check out my old videos on YouTube, which is Rosario Diaz Art, and you can see all my past minis that I've worked on at Instagram over at Rosario Diaz Art. Super King says, thank you for the stream. Hey, thank you for coming. Hey, thank everybody for coming. And thanks again, Spark, for the raid. I really appreciate that. Now, before we go, let's go ahead and return the favor and raid somebody else. And Edda Star says, thanks so much. Was a great time. Hey, you're welcome. Vija says, thanks for the stream. Hey, you're welcome. Always a pleasure to have you here, Vija. All right, let's see. Who can we raid before we go? All right, looks like Aurelia is still going, so let's go ahead and raid her. So if you enjoy Warhammer 40k content, we'll be seeing some more of that, this time with more emphasis. It looks like she's like watching videos on Warhammer, I guess, stories. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that raid started. And before we go, I've just had to say that this has been Rosario Diaz, and welcome to Looking Cute and Painting Minis. I hope to see you guys next week. I stream here every Sunday at 7 p.m. EST. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Anyway, as with Rosario Diaz, and I'm setting out from the grim dark future. Bye-bye, varlets!
Well, that makes a lot of sense.